Scare Me by Carol Alexander, Chapter 31. The four of us huddle against the far wall, panting and frozen with fear as we stare at the door and hope that it holds. Zombie fists continue pounding, their hungry moans pierce through the wood, and their shadows stretch under the doorframe. But the door holds, the knocking fades, and finally, after what feels like an hour, the hall falls into silence. "What was that?" Julia asks. Her timid voice sounds far too loud. I glanced left and right. Nothing in here seems to have changed. The hall stretches from one end of the manor to the other, lined with bookshelves and closed doors. We're near the back, but there near the front door is a huddle of shadowed shapes. "What's in the basement?" someone calls from the door. "Zombies," Patricia calls back. Whoever asks mumbles something. They don't sound happy. "Who's that?" I whisper to Patricia. "Ed," she replies, "from the mummies. We're trying to rally everyone together, but what?" Tanisha presses. "But we can't find everyone," Patricia says. She looks to me, and I'm surprised to see there are actual tears in her eyes. "Lily from my team is missing. The creepy crawlies are still lost, and Ed and James are the only ones from the mass mummies who made it back." She swallows hard. "What exactly is happening here?" I ask. "I don't know," she replies. She sinks back against the wall, and it's the first time I've seen her not look angelic or demonic. She looks like a kid, just like the rest of us, scared and confused and in a bad costume. In that moment, she doesn't seem like an enemy, and I don't quite know what to do with that. We were all getting ready for the judges to show up. It was Ed who first realized something was wrong. He was waiting by the front door in hiding. The judges never showed, so after a few minutes he tried opening the door to see what was up. It didn't budge, and when he went back to talk to his teammates, he realized it was, well... Patricia gulped. "He opened the door to his room, and it was filled with creepy clowns and carnival music. He slammed it shut immediately and ran up to try to find us. Thankfully, James had been waiting for him at the door for updates. For a moment, I feel a pang of anger that Ed didn't come to the basement first. But then again, if I had just seen a room of creepy clowns, the basement is probably the last place I would want to run to." "We tried gathering everyone we could," Patricia says. "That's why I went to get you, but we can't get far into the rooms without getting lost. I don't know what's going on, but it's like all of our themes came alive. The attic has become a real labyrinth. The second floor is like some possessed toy factory, and then you have your graveyard." She trails off. None of this makes sense. "How could this be happening?" Julia asks. "How could this be real?" "I don't know," Patricia says, "but we have to find a way out of here before all of us get trapped forever, or worse."